What's up? Hope you enjoyed memorizing DNA viruses. This week, we're going to work on memorizing bacteria. Now, I know that you're not going to learn all of the bacteria in class in 1 week, but the idea is to start a system whereby you can classify the bacteria, and when you get questions asked about it at the end of that everything is said and done, you'll be ready and prepared to answer them. I've come up with a system myself to use, and I used it every day. It took about 3 minutes, and once I had a system for classifying the type of bacteria based on the shape, the properties that are pertinent to antibiotic use, as well as if they're encapsulated or not encapsulated, made my test taking a lot easier and simpler. I'm going to introduce to you how the basic setup works, and then as the weeks pass, we might review it again. I'll post this picture, but if you look at it, you can organize the bacteria that you'll learn about according to shape. I always started out with bacilli, then cocci, then hexagonal on the bottom. Also, the hexagonal can be considered a complex shape. The key to my system is on this area right here. There's a squiggly line underneath the bacteria that are motile. And that's just when you put them on plating medium, they'll move around and they'll make shapes within the media. And that might be in a question stem. You can also see that things have U's beside them, which is urease. So our body has mechanisms of fighting off bacteria, and these bacteria have mechanisms of fighting off those mechanisms. Therefore, if a bacteria has urease, the urea that your body produces isn't really going to phase bacteria like Proteus and others. Oxidase is what gets rid of the hydrogen peroxide that your body creates. Catalase is a C, and it's beside the bacteria that, I'm not quite sure what catalase does, but you can Google it. And other properties are demarcated by the A, and the A just stands for actin polymerization. So some of these bacteria put together actin and they run away from you. Any bacteria like chlamydia that you see right there, chlamydia can be found intracellularly. Actually, it can only live intracellularly. So the bacteria which you find out can only live and are obligate intracellular organisms should be demarcated with 2 circles. The organisms which live within the neutrophils, which are actually involved in immunity, those organisms will be demarcated like meningitis and gonorrhea. They'll be found in neutrophils. And so I put that square around them. Pretty much this sums up my system, and if every day you add the bacteria that you learned in the classroom, and if every day you just keep reviewing as it grows, you'll understand it. Obviously, I put the gram-positive mechanisms, gram being the stain, and gram-negative organisms on this side. And the spirochetes were also added down here. So as you learn the bacteria, it will become more simple. And as always, know your style, do what works for you. Review this system. If you have 3 minutes a day, you have 3 minutes to go over bacteria. Stay cool, you're the coolest. And don't forget, if you need anything, just comment below and I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. And for example, every day I would just review. These are notes. Whoop, there's one sheet. Whoop, there's another sheet. If you have 3 minutes between classes, you can do this. You've got this, friends. Have a good one. See you next time.